In just a few weeks, we're going to be presenting our composer presentations. And this video is all about what that includes, where to get the information, and how to get the information to me. Enjoy today's video. In week 12, you're going to present a 5 to 10 minute presentation about a composer. And you've already chosen these composers. We did this in class, or if you're in the online version, you did this in a discussion. So using your textbook and at least one other source, electronic or print, that isn't Wikipedia, you're going to give me these 5 answers. I need you to tell me about the dates, the birth and death of this composer. What was their personal life, their family, their health, their appearance, and their personality like? What was their career, the significant places, the people, employers, or the patrons that they worked for? What was their financial situation like at the time of their composing? Music. What kinds of music did the composer write? What genres? Give me some significant titles and the general characteristic of this person's style. And also, number 5, you must submit a written report / outline from which you will speak. If it's a PowerPoint presentation you're going to use, well, all you'll have to do is submit the PowerPoint presentation. If you choose not to use PowerPoint or anything like that, well, you're going to have to give me an outline along with a list of your sources done in APA or MLA style. Your presentation can be as easy as walking into an empty classroom and filming it so that you have a projector screen behind you. That way, as you're talking, you can come up and talk about the early life and have it shown on screen behind you. But it doesn't have to be this fancy. It could be as simple as this. This probably isn't the best way to do this, but you could do something as simple as just talking to us with your presentation right here. Of course, you're going to submit this to me, so I'll have a better chance of reading it, but you can talk with your screen showing just like this. You can get as fancy as you want on this. If you're good at editing video and adding sound, you can do something just like this. Imagine if I was presenting on George Gershwin, I might do something like this. In 1930, he wrote Girl Crazy, and it premiered with much success. And some consider his best masterpiece to be Porgy and Bess, a folk opera released in 1935. Later, George Gershwin dies in 1937, Hollywood, California, from a brain tumor, and he was only 38 years old. And this completes my presentation, and you can see my works cited right here. So far, we've only talked about how to do the presentation, what it's going to look like, what you're going to talk about. But where are you going to find this information? So let's talk about how you can find some online resources and how you can even go to our Molstead library to find information on your composers. I know some of us don't live close enough to the actual NIC campus to go actually walk inside. But don't worry, any public library is going to have some great information on the composers you're looking for. But your best resource, probably the Molstead search engine, and you can just search for the NIC Molstead library link. Remember, the Molstead library is a great place to go in and find physical copies of library books or journal reviews. But obviously, you can search online and find full text online from books or peer-reviewed articles, or it'll tell you where the physical items are available at the library. So you can do a lot of your research here, but in some ways it's nice to walk into the library and find the music section where you might be able to find more information. For those of us taking the hybrid course, right across from Boswell is the Molstead Library, and this is a place where you can actually get the physical copies of the books. Now, if you're someone that's on the online course and you never get to go here, well, it's okay. You could take a drive in on the weekend to get here, or the best way to do this is probably just access the online version of the search. So if you ever need anything when you're looking for something, just find a librarian. They're willing to help for any of your searching needs.
Brian Seguin, Lisa Kellerman, Ann Johnston, Gabby Roglin, Sam Beekler, we're all here to help you. So you're in the music section, ML 201 through this stack, ML 3508. So what I would recommend doing is, you can always search a title here in the collection, but actually coming to the space, you'll run into other titles that you wouldn't have otherwise. So pull a book out, browse through it, go through the index, magic.
there's two different versions of this class. The only difference is how the presentations happen. So make sure if you're in the online version, we learn through Canvas how to add videos to TechSmith so that we can actually see these videos in November. If you're in the hybrid course, we're going to do these presentations in person, so you're going to have less to deal with. No matter what version of the course you are in, make sure to go to Major Assignments and look at the Composer presentations. Once you click in there, you'll see all the directions and tutorials on how to do this. Also, you'll see sample presentation PowerPoint so you can see what other students have done before you. Good luck, and I look forward to seeing what comes out of this in November. And if there are any questions, please respond and write me messages. I want to make sure that everyone's successful going late into the semester.